Where do you want to go? Okay.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
You need to stand.
So I'm Michelle Rogers, Director of the Southeast Michigan Media Lab. Brett Kessler's here. He's Managing Editor of Heritage Media, which includes the News Herald, Wordpress Guide, and all the papers out in Washtenaw County, all the weeklies. So he's going to be teaching Blogging 101 Part 2, which is on monetization.
Oh, we got a whole
SEO.
slew of fun things today.
Okay, great.
We'll dive right into it. Thanks for everyone coming. They can't see the audience, right?
No.
All right, Blogging 101. And if you remember last time, I didn't have any images or anything like that in my presentation. So, oh, here comes John. Hi, John. Now we got to start all over.
Why is that?
We just started. No problem.
What a joke.
Last time I didn't have any images. This time I've got images. So you won't be totally bored. Blogging 101, here's my agenda. Growing your audience and monetization. Those two things will be where we concentrate most on during this session. If there's time, some advanced techniques, and then I do have a final word. Okay, and here's my first image. Just a quick refresher. Can you read that all right?
Yeah.
Should I turn the light off? Is that okay?
Oh, that's
Yeah, we
good.
can see it.
Are you touting?
Well, I was, but now it's off. Sorry.
I don't know. The part I thought that was funny was the comments.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, growing your audience. And I referenced this movie at the last session. But before you can make that bazillion dollars from Hollywood, you have to grow your audience. How do we do that? Growing your audience. Well, it simply means getting more people to read your blog. And I can tell you firsthand that yes, it will be absolutely frustratingly slow, but it will happen. It does happen. Others have done it, so proof that it's possible. You'll start with a few, maybe even just your mom, like me, but eventually you'll have many regular readers, and these three keys here are absolutely right on point. You need to be patient because it takes time. You need to be willing because it does take effort, and you need to be diligent because it does take consistency. I can't overemphasize those three keys enough in growing your audience. Obviously, we need to know how to grow your audience. There's really three ways. Community engagement, which is exactly what you think it means, in interacting with potential readers to attract them to your blog, but also interacting with your current readers to keep them coming back. SEOs are search engine optimization. SEO is definitely one of those trade jargons that's thrown around quite a bit.
What does that stand for again? I'm sorry.
Search engine optimization.
Thank you.
SEO is incorporating key elements in your blog to make it more attractive to internet search engines. And like I said, our Vice President of Digital Community Engagement, Steve Buttrey, he calls it Google Juice. Steve Buttrey, by the way, if you ever would like to follow a very good blog, he would be one. Steve Buttrey, B-U-T-T-R-Y. And then the third element is probably the most important thing throughout all of these two sessions. Simply have a good blog. Attracting readers to your blog is one thing, getting the return is another. Without good content, the readers will not be back. Okay? So we start with community engagement. There's another nice image I found on the internet. Simply put, community engagement means interacting with others who share your interest. Others who share your interest. Where do you find others who share your interest? And here's where you're, where are you touting? Fish where the fish are. It's a cliche, but it's appropriate for this. Fish where the fish are. I'll read this real quick for you. Mitch Joel, author of 6 Pixels of Separation, and the blog at Twist Image, recommends this. Or this is what he says anyway. You'll have no semblance of community unless you're an active community member in other spaces. If I had to do this all over again and start from scratch right now, what would I do? Without question, I would start a blog and fill it with relevant and valuable content for the community, but I would spend 10 times as much time adding value to the 5 or 10 existing communities where my potential members might be hanging out, reading, and connecting. It's not a ploy and it's not a trick. I would do this because I'm interested and want to engage with the other community members. I would also be hopeful that those community members would appreciate my contributions and take a chance on checking out what I'm up to on my own space. That's how I started my blog as well. I started by getting some content going. Once I had some content going and I felt comfortable that I was ready for people to come see what I had to say, then I went out and sought the communities, the other communities that were already existed. And again, the Great Lakes Camper, it's RVing and it's camping. The communities that were out there very much already existed. Trailer Life magazine, they own and operate RV.net, so I went to that website. The Go RVing people, I went to their Twitter account, found out who followed them, and then followed those people, and then in that instance, a lot of times those people follow me back, and we're gonna get into all of this on how to engage those, how to find those communities, how to engage with those people. I'll move on. Where's the fish? Twitter. Here's how you find your community on Twitter. Identify.
What? I did?
Could you turn this around?
I just, oh,
The camera was on you the whole time.
oh, it's supposed to be on somebody else?
Yeah, it's supposed to be on him. Okay,
Oh,
sorry.
we were broadcasting your chat.
I had no idea. I thought it was just one of those,
Oh my god.
You're famous now.
okay.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay.
I'm glad my chest is famous, okay?
I'll
Weightlifting
bring
101.
you up to speed here real quick. At this session, we're going to talk about growing your audience, which is what we're into right now. Then we're going to talk about monetization. And then if there's time left, we're going to go into some advanced techniques that, at least the ones that I know of. Okay? And growing your audience is exactly what it sounds. It's getting more people to read your blog. The way to grow your audience, let me go back real quick, this won't take too long. How to grow your audience. Community engagement, SEOs, which are search engine optimization, and quite honestly, have a good blog. That's the most important thing. For community engagement, like I said, it's fish where the fish are. Word to others who share your interests. First one that we're going to work on is Twitter. And for Twitter, identify the hashtags your community uses. Everyone know what hashtags and how a hashtag in Twitter, now Facebook too, is if you use hashtag, in my situation, hashtag RV, on Twitter, if I do a search, hashtag RV, it's going to show me all the tweets that also use that hashtag RV.
Okay.
So anytime I put anything on Twitter, I use hashtag RV so that my tweets shows up in that community,
Okay.
okay? When we first got into Twitter, I thought of it a lot like Facebook. Facebook, you're able to take your time and read comments and see what other people said and things like that. Twitter's different. You can't begin to expect to follow every tweet coming your way. Every time Twitter refreshes, you could very easily have 200 more tweets, and that's within 10 seconds. So you simply can't follow it. You pick and choose, and using these hashtags are one way to pick and choose. Okay? Another way to monitor this community is using Hootsuite, which we talked about last time. Twitter feed is another website, or I guess it'd be a website. What would it be? A website or be a program? Website, Hootsuite and Twitter feed. Yeah, it's a website. It's a third-party website that helps you, oh my, what?
You know what, I'm gonna.
I move on. Always move. It's a third-party website that helps you manage social media. Hootsuite is geared toward Twitter, but it manages other social media as well. I use Hootsuite. I think it's probably the most widely used of its type. But you can set up a search in Twitter, and if you want, I will go to Twitter right now. Here's my Twitter account. This is what I see every time that I come up. I've tweeted 440, almost 500 times. 738 people follow me. I'm sorry, the other way around. I'm following 738 people. 1,379 are following me. So I'm following 738. So I'm seeing all of their tweets, which a lot of people are tweeting several times a day. Again, you can't hope to follow all of it. Well, I'm on Twitter. I want it to be on Hootsuite. I'm sorry. This is cutting into my 2 hours. Sorry, guys.
I was going to mention that Bob is a big user of Hootsuite, right?
I've used it a bit. I'm a big user of Twitter.
Okay.
But yeah, I have used Hootsuite before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here comes my
I
Hootsuite.
like the idea of setting up a column for each hashtag. I never thought of that. Simple but great idea.
You cut through the clutter that way.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to pay for you.
Yeah.
Home feed, that's the Twitter feed that I would receive. Mentions, oh, there's Michelle. Anytime that Great Lakes Camper, that's my username on Twitter. Anytime somebody puts @Great Lakes Camper in their tweet, it comes up in this column here. Direct message, anytime somebody emails me or sends me a direct message through Twitter. And there's my sent tweets. Where am I? There it is. This is the hashtag RB. I can scroll through this and find exactly the niche that my blog is in. While we're here, this is how I would use Hootsuite. I would go to my blog, copy the URL of that particular post, and put it in here. Then up here, this is where I promote that blog post, or I reply to somebody, or I respond to somebody's tweet, or if I retweet, then I could add my message in front of their tweet or after their tweet, usually in front. This is where I would put that. And then with the URL, then you would shrink it. If I had one there, I would do it and would put it right at the end.
Right in there.
I come over here. These are what I use. I use my Twitter, and I post it on Facebook, and I post it on Google+. I just use those 3. There's a bazillion other ones you could use. And then I send now, and it hits all of those social media networks that I asked it to go to. If I wanted to, I could take that same tweet and schedule it several times for as many times as I wish. Okay? At first, to me, when I first started using this, it seemed pretty daunting, but it's so simple, it's not even funny.
That's how people can get so many tweets out,
Yes. Yes.
so they're not just constantly doing it manually, they just are organized, they're organized.
Yep.
Rick, is there an option for to automatically go weekly on a tweet where it's just indefinite?
See this auto schedule?
Yeah.
That would be it, and that you get that ability when you upgrade to the Hootsuite Pro.
Okay, that's the difference. Cause I haven't seen that feature.
Is Hootsuite free?
Yes,
Okay.
they will constantly, like when I first signed in, the pop-up message, try Hootsuite Pro or University or whatever they called it, you'll get that.
Yeah.
You just gotta,
Ignore it.
yeah. Hootsuite's, as we get going here, you're gonna see why something like Hootsuite is pretty nice, because there's so much social media out there that I found that I just couldn't keep up with all of it individually. So I use Hootsuite to kind of filter it all to to more manageable size.
So pertaining to the blog, basically you would go onto Hootsuite and say there's a new post. Is that what you would do?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then that filters out and then that prompts people to go to your blog site.
Correct.
Okay.
The proper way to use Twitter and all of these other social media is not just simply to broadcast that you have a new post. The preferred way is to see what other people are tweeting about, reply to it, retweet it, go to whatever it is that they're trying to promote. When you get to wherever it is they're promoting, assuming it's a blog post, read that blog post and then comment there on that blog post. Okay? What you're trying to do is engage with other people in your niche, in your community. They're going to be more apt to engage back. All right? The other way to use Twitter is identify a dominant business in your niche and follow them, and then follow their followers. The biggest business in one of the biggest businesses in my niche is Camping World. So I went to Camping World's website, saw that they had a Twitter account, clicked on it so that I followed them. Once I got back into Twitter, saw it's at Camping World, which is easy enough. But you go to @Camping World, you can see who their followers are. And I just went down, and there was quite a few, 2,000, I think it was the max at the time. You follow their followers. General RV, same thing. You follow their followers, especially when you're just getting started out, these people are going to typically follow you back. It's a way of just everybody's working together to grow the community. And join the conversation, like I said. Don't just read their tweets, don't just broadcast your posts, but get involved with what they have to say. Facebook is nearly identical situation. Search for your niche. Over on the right, all I did was type in the word camping, and this is, you can only, just a snippet of what I got. There, thousands of groups, the pages of the businesses, all of that's going to come up in your search result. You want to go like those pages, find out what these people are saying on Facebook, and then again, join the conversation. Likewise, when I went to Camping World, they had the little Twitter icon on their website. They also had the little Facebook icon on their website. You click on those icons, it takes you right to their Facebook page, and you like it there, and then you're in. Okay? Blogs. Search for other blogs in your niche. And there's a couple of ways to do it. You can just simply do a Google search, but you can also get a little bit more specific. Blogsearch.google.com. This other one here, Technorati. I'll be honest, I've never used it, but what I'm finding out is that you have to put your blog into Technorati in order to come up in their searches. You ever heard that?
Mm.
That's not true?
No, I don't like the idea.
No, it's so, Technorati is basically extortion. But if you want to find a blog, that's another option. I think a Google search will work just fine. Subscribe to their blog. That way you get the email updates anytime there's a new post from them. curate and comment on their posts. Comments, of course, is, you know, add your 2 cents at the end of their blog in their comments section. Curate, if you remember from last time, sample from their blog, from their post. You know, Joel Smith said the new truck camper from Lance was the best, and you know, I have to agree. And then you can go on into your feelings on the same matter. Okay, but what you're doing is you're bringing in somebody else from the community into your conversation. YouTube, again, it's the same setup.
I'm sorry, can you go back one?
Okay.
I apologize.
That's all right.
Okay.
Michelle, will this presentation be available?
I've already posted it. It's
Yeah.
at heritage.com and it's on Meetup and our events page on Facebook.
So if you want to go back to it, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, it looks like this one you printed out.
Oh, you already did?
Oh, okay.
Identify YouTube channels. If you haven't spent much time on YouTube, YouTube has channel. I have a Great Lakes Camper channel. I created it. I put my web videos on YouTube in my channel. People can follow me on YouTube or subscribe to me on YouTube. You can do the same thing with other people in your community. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. If you don't know that, you can also comment on those videos right there on YouTube, which certainly encourage you to do. You can curate those videos, as I think I showed you last time that I do. Again, join the conversation. The join the conversation, I purposefully include that with all of these because that's the key. Don't be passive. Be active. Be engaging with these people in your community so that you become part of their conversation as well. Pinterest, exact same thing. I have found when I don't use Pinterest all the time when I post when I have a new post. But when I do use Pinterest, I get considerably more page views on my post. Pinterest is very, very popular. I think, I can't remember, it's almost like, I think it was described once as the Food Network Home and Garden people love Pinterest. And when I go on there, it's absolutely truth. When I go on there and I see my RVing community, it's just as big. It's not going away. It's not going away. How many social media things have we heard of, Google Plus, that have come and gone, although I guess Google Plus hasn't gone yet. But Pinterest seems to have the staying power.
Rick, how are you making the connection between a blog post and Pinterest? What exactly are you doing to connect? How are you getting your blog, a blog post or your blog site connected to Pinterest? Are you pinning a picture with a link to your post?
When I'm in my blog and I have my post up,
Mhm.
I've got the
You have a picture.
I've got the picture. I was going to see if I can go to it.
I always try to use a picture.
Oh, you can't see it because of the way this projector works. Up here on the other side of the of this, I've got the little Pinterest symbol, and when I click on that, it's going to pin something from here. Let's see if I can do it this way.
Oh, you're actually pinning the picture straight from your blog.
And you know what? Did you see what I did there? Pin it,
Oh my gosh.
and there it is. This is everything on my blog, so I could pin any number of things. Let's do this one because it's a cool photo. We're going to talk about this later, but the better photos you have, we're going to pin it.
Yeah, pictures on Pinterest are usually pretty high quality.
You have to. It's not going to get noticed otherwise because it seems to be almost professional photography.
How did you get the Pinterest button on your blog? That's the key I'm missing, I think.
Pinterest makes those available. I use Google Chrome now. In Google Chrome, that's something that Google Chrome offers. You put the
Okay.
Pinterest button right up there on your bar up at the top.
I'm on a Mac, is there an equivalent? Anyone know?
Chrome work on that.
And do I have to load Chrome to do that?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
It only takes a few minutes. Not a big deal.
I use Chrome because our company has gone Google. I use Blogger, which is a Google product. YouTube, everything seems to be, for me, centered around Google. And Google Chrome makes it even easier to use all of their products. So in the description, I would say something like, I don't even know what that post is about. Michigan's fall colors are in full bloom. I'll pin it. Now what I normally would have done is also copy and pasted the URL to that post so that people can see the picture and then click on my post, click on the link to go to my post. I didn't this time because I didn't remember to do that. But if we go to Pinterest, this is my Pinterest page. I'm seeing everybody else's pins that I follow. I've got one guy who just kills me with old RV photos.
Yeah.
But there's my pin right there. If I had my URL, it would be right here next to it. People would repin, send, any number of different things. But ideally, they're also going to click on my blog, the link to go to my blog. Like I said, those posts where I do pin it get more hits, get more page views than otherwise.
So you gotta spend a little time and get a good picture that's.
I usually,
goes with the post.
and honestly, unless it's a good picture, I won't pin it.
I think if I had the RV in the lower left corner,
This one,
that'd probably be a great vehicle to have to go to a Grateful Dead concert, wouldn't it?
we'll go home, Nick. Oh,
Tell a joke while it's loading.
okay, so we just finished up with Pinterest. And to finish up with Where's the Fish, like I said, there's a bazillion social media options out there. Instagram is another huge one. LinkedIn also, that's more on the professional business side of things. Google Plus, like I mentioned. I guess I use Google Plus only because I use the other Google stuff. So Google makes it real easy to include Google Plus with a lot of what you do. Vine, everyone knows what Vine is. Vine and touts, they're video applications that, especially the kids now, and you just put them on your phone, and the kids, it's like, Vine is 8 seconds?
6.
6-second videos, that's all it is, but it's record, stop, and then boom, post, it's all over your Facebook or wherever else you tell it to go. Tout is essentially a competitor, not as big, but a competitor. But what's nice about Tout is you get 15 seconds. Our company has a stake in Tout, so we use Tout exclusively. We found it to be an absolute breeze to use. It's and there's so many things you can do with it. Gosh, if you take a little Tout video, we could do one right now if you want to. That's what you've been doing all day.
Yeah, like if you click on the link that I posted that you saw on your Twitter feed, that's tout in there. If you want to just play it, but it's video in real time, so it's great for breaking news events, to share what's going on right now with the world. So people who are at this workshop right now are seeing video clips that I'm posting.
How did you put, which?
I just mentioned you if you go to your mentions.
This one?
It says tout, yeah, because I had Instagram. Yeah, that's a tout. There are another journalist that already retouted it, so he's sharing it with his audience now.
Dave Herndon, he was the guy that was here last time. Hard not to remember.
Michelle has a whole other workshop on tout itself.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
It's posted online.
You take a tout video, and then you, after the video is done, or after you're done recording it, then you get a field where you type in whatever message it is you want to do. You use a hashtag. You can tell it to post to Facebook, to Twitter. What are the other ones?
LinkedIn, you can send it as a text, email, you can embed it,
You can treat it like like any other, like
even Pinterest, you can put on Pinterest.
and Pinterest
Would you ever put a URL to a blog post in there?
into the tout.
It's
Is
not
that-
hyperlinked, so
No,
you
I
can,
don't. So
but yeah.
no.
You can, but.
Wishful thinking.
It's not loading. What's the other thing is, and we're going to talk about widgets and the advanced techniques. You can set up a widget through tout. Like if I were to use, and I do, if I tout, here we go.
Did you plug that in your computer?
Not yet. SEOs, and SEOs are search engine optimization. SEO is definitely one of those trade jargons that's thrown around quite a bit. Search engine optimization.
And we get 45 seconds, so ours are a little longer.
You can make a widget that will collect all of your tout videos if you use the certain hashtag. If I use hashtag Great Lakes Camper on my blog, I can have a widget, and any tout video that I use will feed into that widget. Okay, moving on.
Before you leave with all the different ones, I mean, of the ones listed there, are there any that you think are worthwhile to investigate more? I mean, we talked about tout.
Instagram's pretty popular. I don't use it myself, but I know that's pretty popular. My kids use it. That's
It probably just depends on your audience, who's your audience. If it's a younger demographic, Instagram for sure, and they have video as well.
Oh, that's right, they do. They recently had it. I guess I chose this picture because there's too much out there to possibly be in all of it. I picked what works best for me. Oh,
Okay.
the other way to find out where the fish are is conventions and trade shows. Last weekend was the RV show.
Star Trek.
That's my community. Dave Herndon, who you saw last week, he's a comic book guy. He hits all of those up. That's his community. He probably is in this picture.
Yeah.
But what's kind of cool about conventions and trade shows too is everybody's there for the same reason. So like when I handed out my Great Lakes Camper little business card, if you were to do that, if you make a little business card for yourself with your blog and all that, all these people have that same stuff. There's no better audience to hand out that kind of things, that kind of stuff to. And by the way, those business cards, Vistaprint, you've seen the commercials? That's where I got them. $10 for 500 of them. And Vistaprint was based in Sweden. Come to find out.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
or maybe Finland, but Scandinavia somewhere. Okay, we talked about engaging the community, commenting on their videos, their posts, this really isn't so much tweets also, but yeah, it is. 6 tips for successful commenting. These are pretty important. Number 1, be positive, be respectful, be courteous. Nobody wants to be known as the jerk. They're going to turn you off right away, right? Number 2, comment regularly, but don't spam. Number 3, add value to the conversation. Reference other content, not just your own. And 4, 5, and 6 are important too, to continue to build that community, but also for SEOs, as we'll learn later. When you make your comments, use usernames and the handles when appropriate. The handles, like the Twitter handle. Michelle used @GreatLakesCamper when she did that tweet, so that came up in my mentions. So anytime I find a mention of me, I'm gonna find, oh, what did they find that was so cool that, and then I usually will reply and say, hey, thanks for mentioning me. When I do that, I'll put their whatever their name is. It's a way to filter through all of those thousands and thousands of tweets that you get every day. The usernames in Facebook, you know how when you start writing a post and you're gonna put somebody's name in there and it will suggest that name for you? If you do that and you use their Facebook name, then you're gonna find you get that alert. You know, you were mentioned, or so and so mentioned you, or something like that. You're building that community by giving that person some recognition. Same thing with number 6, the hashtags. Use those hashtags so that you're part of that hashtag discussion. A good example of that is when I use #RV, or if it's a post about a travel destination, I'll use #travel. #camping, if it's not necessarily about RVs, but it is definitely about camping. Anytime I use those, I'm gonna, more often than not, that particular tweet will appear in, and I don't know the proper term for it, but in Twitter, people have what they call a magazine, where it just basically collects tweets. And it's going to collect them through hashtags. I bet you I can just show you one, because I'm not going to be able to explain it very well. And this is where the mentions come into play. Here you go, Daddy-O Games. I have no idea who these people are. They have this thing here. People subscribe. It's paper.li is the one of the main. It might be. I think there's another one out there too. This is the program that pulls these tweets together for Retro Games Daily. Daddy-O Productions is a hip assemblage of groovy cats from the toy and game biz, scratching out and living, spreading the fun. People subscribe to this. These people will collect the tweets that this community would want to be interested in. All right? Somewhere down in here is one of my tweets, and my tweet will include my
I think you passed it was more towards the top.
okay. My tweet will include my link to that post. Trust me, it's in there. Somewhere.
Just scroll down just a little bit more.
There it is. So if I click on that, up comes my post.
I always wonder what that was, because I'll be notified on Twitter that I've been mentioned, and then this, and then I go and look. So I give them the page view.
There's what I found is there's roughly half a dozen that I usually appear in, and it's the #RV or #RV, the hashtag camping, and the hashtag travel.
I think you can Google search your own handle and find the hits on there.
Can you?
I think so, yeah. I've been picked up on some of those sites.
And number 5, the number 5 item there was hyperlinks. Especially if you're citing other people's sources in a comment that you're putting, put that link there so that people can go see for themselves. Okay? The other thing is, if you're one of the people in the community who always provides that link to somebody else's site, post, whatever it is, then you're cool, you know, because it's not, you're not always taking, you're giving. Okay? Oh, okay. I found out you can put in videos with this program too. Let's see if it loads. Does everyone know this one?
Oh, yeah.
QB film, Justin Timberlake. What is that
This
about?
made the rounds not too long ago.
Yeah.
Good.
It's hilarious.
Don't be too slow.
Uh-oh.
Good.
It's gonna load, isn't it? Should we do it, or should we move on?
Hey Justin, what's up? Not much, Jimmy. Hashtag chilling. What's up with you? We're busy working. Hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag is it Friday yet? Hey, check out. I brought you some cookies. Hashtag homemade. Hashtag oatmeal raisin. Hashtag show me the cookie. Sweet. Hashtag don't mind if I don't. Very good. Hashtag getting my cookie on. Hashtag I'm the real cookie monster. Hashtag no. Hashtag
Okay.
bring it all for the cookie. Hashtag LOL. Hashtag classic. By the way, did you catch last week's episode of Duck Dynasty? Hashtag quack quack. Nah, lately I've mostly been watching Netflix. Hashtag Orange is the New Black. Oh, nice. I've been watching a lot of Barney the Dinosaur. Hashtag Purple is the New Black. Hashtag I love you, you love me, we're a happy family. Hashtag I'm 38. Hashtag dinosaurs. Hashtag how do they go extinct? Hashtag meteor. Hashtag Ice Age. Hashtag speaking of Ice Age, I just watched Ice Age on demand the other day. Hashtag funny. Hashtag Ray Romano. Hashtag Deborah. Hey, by the way, Halloween's only like a month away. I mean, do you know where you're gonna be at? Hashtag life decisions. Hashtag sexy ghost. I think I'm gonna go as a Ninja Turtle. Hashtag gotta be right here. Hashtag Leonardo sucks. Hashtag the turtle, not the Italian Renaissance painter. Hashtag Mona Lisa. Hashtag is she smiling? Hashtag speaking of smiling, I just saw my dentist. Hashtag bling. Hashtag dental care. Hashtag cavity free. Hashtag that's how we do. Hashtag we go hard. Hashtag we can't stop. We won't stop. Hashtag we run this. Hashtag true plans for life. Hashtag is it worth it? Oh, let me work. Get hashtag put my thing down, flip it, then reverse it. Hashtag hashtag hey guys, yeah, Quest, what's up? Hashtag shut up.
I guess the point in all that is you don't have to inundate your posts and tweets with a bunch of hashtags. For me, #RV, over and done with. Okay, couple slides here. Just a few more tips on how to get noticed if you're a new blogger. A lot of these are common sense, and we would have probably already talked about them. Compile a list of the top people in your niche who may or may not be bloggers, and then interview them and or mention them in your blog. If you remember, last time I talked about Mark Polk. Mark Polk, his company is RV Education 101. He is an industry leader in my niche. I sought him out, started a conversation with him professionally, and then from there it's become personal one, because we talk about things other than RVs. But I started out by that professional relationship. Then I think what I did was I just sent him some emails on, just 3 questions, got him to answer them, and that was my blog post. Be the first to cover a topic. Others will link to you. Got a real good example of this. One of our bloggers, Matt Miftu, he blogs about NASCAR and racing in general, but mostly NASCAR. I don't remember what it was, but something happened in some race. He put a blog post up, and he happened to be the very first one, apparently in the nation, to put a blog post up about whatever this happened, whatever it was that happened during a race. What that meant was, anytime anybody Googled that subject, he was first, so his blog post came up first in that website, or in that Google search. So his page view for that blog post was in the hundreds of thousands. And I don't even think it was anything extravagant. It was just like maybe 4 or 5 sentences saying, you know, so and so did whatever, and you know, what a jerk, I can't believe he did that, whatever it was he said. But because he was first, he got all the hits. Create a comprehensive guide to something that is needed in your niche. Static/evergreen. Static means it's always on your site and you have a link to it pretty prominent. And I was thinking about this for you actually. You were talking about getting people to come to your blog. If you were to have something like the guide to whatever, that's going to be something that people are going to want to go to, and when they go to it and it's something that works for them, it's of value to them, then they're going to link to it, they're going to share it, and they're going to share that link to it. You with that post have become an expert in that industry on that particular subject. On my blog, on my pages, I've got about me, I've got about this blog, I've got contact me, but I also have camping etiquette. I also have RVing basics. You know, what's a Class A motorhome versus a Class B, things like that. That's an example of a static guide, a static guide. Do reviews, products, entertainment, etc. Like we said before, everybody's got an opinion on a movie or a record album, or I guess whatever an album is now. The products reviews, I do that all the time with my stuff. RVers always want to know what's the next cool thing that we got to have. Answer reader submitted questions. You will get questions from readers. I have a couple of them that I've been working on for some people. Somebody asked me, where can they rent Airstreams? Well, I found out that really nobody around here rents Airstreams, at least not professionally. So this woman's going to start up her own Airstream rental business, and I'm kind of helping her out, giving her some ideas. Another one was, where can this person find a campground, like a specific area for a seasonal campsite location? And so far, everyone I've given her, she's a non-like. And then the last slide on this particular thing, participate in Twitter chats. Michelle, you can speak more about Twitter chats. You do them more than I do.
Yeah, just use a hashtag and you chime in. A lot of times it's streaming on a blog, and so you can see it there through like a Scribble Live chat. And but you don't even need to be on a Scribble Live chat. You can just do it through Twitter by using a hashtag.
It's an actual scheduled event.
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock Thursday, we're going to be talking about XYZ. There's usually a moderator.
Right, and they'll post a question, so it'll be like Q1, here's the question, and then you answer. You just answer A to Q1 and provide your answer.
It's basically just a live conversation. Okay? Make it easy for readers to share your posts. We'll get into this, but basically, at the end of each post, you want to have a Facebook icon, a Twitter icon, all of those social media sharing icons. Blogger, WordPress, all of them make those icons available to you. You just simply, in your settings, add it in. A lot of time it's going to be a widget or a gadget too, which we're going to talk about. Make it easy for readers to subscribe to follow your blog. Email is one way. The RSS feeds is another. Michelle, you know more about that, I'm assuming, RSS feeds? Because I don't use them too much.
No, I use them because I do the roll mouse pages, and then you can feed the RSS. And we do it with our blogging partners. We ask if you can't upload a widget linking our headlines, you put in our RSS feed. So it'll have our headlines on the blog. That's all I really know about.
The main thing with an RSS feed is you set it up once and you don't touch it. You don't have to worry about it ever. It's just an automatic thing. So if you see, and the RSS feed is a little orange with a little circle and a couple of lines like that. You click on that, you'll get the code to follow that RSS feed, and then wherever you put that up on your site, you're gonna get that person's post when, you know, John Smith has a post on wherever the post title is, you can click on it and go to it. Always include a good image. This goes back to when we were just on Pinterest. You have that good image, number one. For a reader, a photo attracts the eye. That's the first thing when you open up a newspaper. A page designer wants to have a good picture on that page because that's the first thing that a person sees. And when they see that, then they're going to look at the headline next to it to see if they want to read the story about whatever that photo is. Same thing with a blog post. If you've got a bunch of text, like this page right here, there's nothing there to catch your eye. It's like, okay, I guess I got to go through this whole thing. If I'm interested, no, I'm done. If you got a picture there, it's going to break up the text. It's going to draw their eye first. It's going to draw them into the story. And again, for Pinterest, if you want to pin it, you got to pin a picture. You can't pin a text. And a better picture will get repin, which grows your post. More people are seeing your post that way.
If you share on Facebook and you don't have any pictures, you can get something really weird happen. Because it goes and finds a picture.
Yes, that's true.
Really?
Right.
Another way to get noticed is to write guest posts on other blogs. Those, remember that list earlier where we were trying to find industry leaders, and or we're trying to we found other bloggers in our community. That's when you start out that conversation with them, and after a while it's like, oh hey, by the way, would you be open to me writing a guest post? More often than not, because you're going to do work for them, they'll say, yeah, what do you got in mind? You say, okay, well I can do something like this, or I can do something like this, or I can do something like this. Typically, you want to add value to their blog, so you're not going to talk about how wonderful you are.
Sure.
You're going to talk about something of interest in your community. At the end, it's basically an about me. Rick Kessler is the author of the Great Lakes Camper blog. Visit his blog at, and then throw in your hyperlink there. Actually, instead, what I would say, Rick Kessler is the author of the Great Lakes Camper blog, and my hyperlink would be Great Lakes Camper blog. We'll talk about that coming up here real quick too. Conduct a webinar on your niche. This is what we're doing right here. That's what you're doing, right?
Well, we're live streaming it, yeah.
Okay, that too.
Yeah.
And actually, that's number 2, or the last one there. Conduct a live stream of an event in your niche.
I think a webinar is when you're like casting your screen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Those are boring. Live stream's so much better. Unless you got this kind of a mug. How to retain your readers. We've attracted them by using all of those things we just talked about. You can't forget about retaining them as well. Absolutely can't forget about retaining them. If you're interacting and engaging, you should never have any problem. Interact with your audience, talk with them, respond to their comments, answer their questions, ask questions of them, solicit their opinions, basically let them know you care. Every time anybody comments on my blog or on my Facebook page, or if they send me any kind of direct message on Twitter or anything like that, I always respond. You gotta let them know, number 1, I read your message. 2, thank you for sending me that message. And number 3, whatever it is they may have been asking about, answer their question or whatever it might be. John, here's a good example. You sent me that email like the day after, right?
That's
And I
correct.
haven't responded yet.
Right.
Do you feel like I'm ignoring you?
I guess I would prefer if you did, but I
There you
understand
go.
people are busy. Yeah. Hope if you want to respond, you do. Yes, that'd be nice.
I was going to respond like the very next day.
Yeah.
And then I thought, because I was working on this whole time, and I thought this might be a case study to show you.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
You
fine.
felt like you were being ignored.
Yeah. Of course, that happens a lot of times. So the more I'm on the internet or email or whatnot, I try not to take it personally. Less than I would a few years ago. Yeah.
Oh.
But you're right. It's good. It is a good idea to respond to people, or they get the impression that you don't care. Right.
You got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Sure.
I did forward your message to Jim Pruitt. He's the Ypsilanti editor.
Oh, good.
Visit your readers' blogs, we talked about that. Comment on their post to let them know that you were there. Stay on topic. Your readers first read your blog because they were attracted to your niche. Don't betray that by going off topic. I think my example last time was I put a cookbook post up on an rv.net blog and caught holy hell for it. How to retain your readers. Make it easy for your readers to subscribe to your blog. Wait, we already did this. No, we didn't. We talked about it, didn't we? Include the option at the end of each post and as a static element on your blog. Those are most easily done with widgets, which we are going to talk about. Here's another good one. Write for your readers, not a search engine. When we talk about SEOs, one of the things that you can do to improve your SEO is to use keywords. What you don't want to do is spam yourself with keywords in your blog post. That actually, for however Google can do this, Google will discount if you try to do that. It somehow knows that you're doing it and will say you're out of luck because you're trying to cheat on it and it won't work. Always proofread before posting. Post regularly. Use a scheduling tool like Hootsuite, like we showed you. And then again, have good content. By far, that is the single most important element to growing your audience. One of the last things I'm going to ask you to do is explore other blogs, see what other people do, what you like and don't like about them. Anybody that doesn't have good content, you will never go back to that blog again. You get one time to make that impression, so every post ought to have a good impression. SEOs, search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is improving the ability for your blog to appear in internet searches. Everybody like the metaphor?
Yep. Fuel and haystack.
Improving your blog's SEO. These first three ones are no-brainers. Write short, accurate, and descriptive post titles. A bad example, our camping weekend. A good example, our RV camping trip to Mackinac Island. That first one we only have, camping is the only keyword, but that is such a general keyword, it's going to get lost in the shuffle. The next one's, truthfully, it's not a great post title, but it's better than the one above. RV, camping, Mackinac Island. Three things that are going to get you that are going to come up pretty good in Google search. Three things combined, I should say. Again, use keywords, but in moderation. Our RV camping trip to Mackinac City, Mackinac Island, and Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore in Michigan. Our RV camping trip to Mackinac Island. Another reason why you don't want to have a huge, enormous, long post title is when the Google search comes up, it's going to cut it off at so many characters. A nice short but very descriptive post title will tell everybody exactly what they need to know right there and then.
Is there a recommended number of characters in the title?
I don't know.
I heard 8 words is kind of a limit.
8 words.
Hmm.
8 words to get your message across. There's another field that we're going to talk about in the advanced techniques. It's also going to help. I think it's called the search field, but I can't remember. We'll see it coming up. But in the Google search, you're going to have the blue name of the post title in blue with the hyperlink. Underneath it is a short sentence that describes what that result is. So you can physically put in what the title is, or what a description, a more detailed description of what the post is about. We'll see that coming up. And then the third thing, we talked about this again, write short but descriptive file names for your images. In your blog or in your settings, you can tell Google, please search my, or please use my images when you do your Google search. If you have a good name for your image, you're gonna get that hit that you want. Some more ways to improve your blog's SEO. Hyperlinks. Use hyperlinks, use hyperlinks, use hyperlinks, use hyperlinks. Like I showed you last time when I was putting down that post, and I would hyperlink some of those campgrounds and some of those festivals and whatever else was in the post. There's a reason why. Number one, you're being good to your reader. But number two, if your blog posts are being linked to, and people are going from your blog, they're using your hyperlinks to go somewhere else, that counts in the Google search.
What?
It counts in your Google search. Google search sees that as a good thing. If people use hyperlinks from your post,
Oh, okay.
and if they link to your posts, Google, it's Google juice. It adds to your Google juice. The term that I found was, I've been talking and preaching about content. It's also context. And context is other people in your community going back and forth with your blog, with your post. That's why when I say when you're commenting, you're going to post back to yourself, but you're also going to post to others. Get those hyperlinks going so that people are going back and forth with you and with your blog. If you put on your blog at each one, you can related post, previous post, next post. That's just another option, another way for people to go back and forth in your blog. The more people going back and forth to your blog, the better your Google juice is. Did I explain that well enough? Because a lot of this is so far over my head. But it works. I guess that's the bottom line, it works. Use the hyperlinks. How to use the hyperlinks. Descriptive colored anchor text in hyperlinks. A bad example. Click here to read more about this. When people first started using them, that seemed to be what most people were using. Another bad example is actually using the URL as the hyperlink. The good example down there at the bottom, read our review on camping at Mackinac Mill Creek Campground. That tells the reader exactly where that's going to take you. They're going to be more apt to click on it that way. And if they click on it, you're helping out your SEO. Okay? Another way to improve your blog's SEO, create compelling exclusive content so readers will want to link to it. Compelling exclusive content so readers will want to share it, and add those social media sharing buttons. I put this in here because Blogger does a good job of really trying to help you out. They've got an enormous 30-something page search engine optimization starter guide for some light reading. But if you go to this Blogger help administrative settings, increase traffic with SEO, you will find here are those other ways to improve your SEO. The search description, that's what I was talking about when you do your Google search. The blue text will be the link. Underneath it you'll have smaller black sentence, or a sentence in black text. That's the description of what that link is. You can, in your blog post, you can say what that search description, you can write in what the search description will say. Do I do that? No. I don't have the time. But you can. Custom robots.txt. When you put in your keywords to do a Google search, and Google scours the internet, they're called bots. The way they describe it's kind of silly, but they say they crawl over your web posts to see what keywords come up, what images and what they're named. These bots are what determines how far your post will appear in that Google search. Custom robots.txt, and then there's another one down here, custom robots header tags. More ways for you to increase your SEO, but they say right on there, warning, messing around with this, you could drop yourself from Google searches altogether. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't touch that. Custom redirects. If you ever delete a post and people try to go to it because maybe they saved that link, they're going to come up with that, what is it, 404 page not found? Well, instead of them seeing 404 page not found, you can say, no, sorry, what you were looking for got thrown away, or whatever. Please go here instead. So you get to dictate what they'll see instead of a page not found. Image properties. Remember I talked about the file name for a photo? You can also click on that photo, and in the image properties you can do even more keywords, and that helps your SEO. Again, do I do that? No, I don't have the time, but you can. Header tags. I think header tag is you can select text, and then you can say this is my header tag, so that the Google bots will go right to that first. So if you want them to see the keywords right away, then you select your keywords and you say this is my header tag. Talked about custom robots, the custom permalink. If you don't want the post URL to be the default, which is greatlakescamper.blogspot.com/name of my post, or post title. If you want it to be something different, you can do that. And this bottom one, you can tell bots to ignore a particular hyperlink. Maybe that hyperlink is not part, like if I was going to be doing that cookbook post again, and I were to have that hyperlink telling people where to go to buy this cookbook, now knowing what I know, I would say ignore that hyperlink because it's not part of my niche. It's getting so advanced, I know, or so technical, I mean, it's Blogger, WordPress, I'm sure to an extent, but Blogger makes it so simple, you don't really have to do hardly any of this advanced type stuff. If you just have good post title, if you just have good content with good keywords, you'll be fine. The key really is the hyperlinks, going back and forth with others. For those on WordPress, since I don't use it very much, I did find this particular article, which was so inclusive of everything on WordPress SEO. I included it here with this slide. The other thing to note is you're going to get spammed right away and all the time. People and companies saying that they can improve your SEOs. There's really no need to do any of that with those people. First of all, they can't guarantee anything, and if they are, it's a lie. Do you need that again? Okay. Monetization. Is everyone okay? Take a break, or are we all good? Pour through it. All right. Monetization, how to make money off your blog. Notice she's stacking pennies, not $100 bills.
Stacking pennies makes you money, huh?
Like I said last time, I've been doing this for several years. I have quite a number of posts, quite a number of page views. I do the affiliate advertising, I do all of that kind of stuff. I do the Google ads, and combined, I'm less than $200 in 4 or 5 years of doing it. Having said that, there's a whole heck of a lot more I could be doing, so I could be making more money off of it if I put in the time and the effort. Time and effort segues right into the next slide. How about that? Segues on purpose. You can make money off your blog. Many people do. It takes time and effort. The same time and effort that goes into making a good blog. But people can and do make money off their blog. There are four main ways to monetize your blog. Google AdSense. Most people just simply call them Google Ads. Affiliate advertising, sponsored posts, and you can also just simply sell your own ads. Google AdSense. I have another video.
Welcome to Google AdSense. AdSense.
You know it's good because he's British, right?
First.
And it's got to load.
For website owners to earn money from their online content. You're joining a community of publishers who've turned hobbies into full-time jobs and grown existing businesses. As you get started on your journey, look out for some key information to keep in mind along the way. AdSense works by matching text and image ads to your site based on your content and visitors. The ads are created and paid for by advertisers who want to promote their products. Since these advertisers pay different prices for different ads, the amount you will earn will vary. You can pick colours, fonts, and sizes for your text ads to best match your website. Everyone uses AdSense in a different way, so try out various combinations until you find what works best for your site. Spending time on improving your site can ensure you get the most out of AdSense. Sign up for AdSense emails so you don't miss out on the latest news, tips, and advice. You can also visit the Newbie Central section of our Help Center to find detailed instructions on getting started. Log into your account today, create your first ad, and see what AdSense can do for you.
Is that good?
Mhm.
Anybody already use Google Ads? Here's what's good about Google Ads. They choose the ads for you. Their bots that do the Google searches are the same bots that say to Google Ads, these are the ads that ought to be on this particular blog. They're related to your niche that way. And the ads come in many different formats. And by formats, I mean they can be a banner ad across the top, they can be a little square, they can be a long, these are called billboards, these are called something else. You can customize the ads however you wish. It's a cost per click earnings format, and you have to accumulate $100 in earnings before you actually get that paycheck from them, or that earnings check from them. Like I said, I think I waited 4 years before I got that first check from them, that only check from them. The other thing with Google AdSense is you actually have to apply and be accepted. You don't automatically just do it. It's not a big deal, it's just something you have to be aware of. And as far as support, Google AdSense YouTube channel, which is where that came from, that has hundreds of videos. Most of them are introducing their staff to you, but there's some that actually are worth your while. Google AdSense Academy, and that's basically their website where you can go onto that and get all kinds of your information that you could possibly need, more than what you could possibly need. Here's some tips. Oh, skyscrapers, that's what the tall ones are called. Use the banners for the top and or bottom parts of your website and the skyscrapers and squares for the sides. Avoid the NASCAR effect. I call it the NASCAR effect. Overwhelming your readers with ads. That's why I picked that particular image. And then in my book, the best placement for ads will be the right and bottom of your screen. The reason for that is when somebody goes to a website, the first thing they look at, they go top and they go left to right. So you want your blog name. You want what your blog's about. You want your posts. And that's why I put my ads over here. So the first thing that they see is my blog. Then here's my ads. And then like I've got my Google ads set up to go in between each post. So as they're scrolling, that's when they're gonna see some ads. My whole thing with doing a blog wasn't to make money. Maybe I'd do things differently. Maybe I would put more ads on there. But my whole thing was just to be part of that RVing community. Affiliate advertising. This is a very good explanatory video. Oh, can I get rid of that?
Affiliate Marketing 101, an introduction. Meet Sally. She has a website where she likes to blog about running and shoes. She also likes the idea of making money online with her blog. In the past, Sally has heard of something called affiliate marketing, a tool that can help her earn that money with her blog. But what exactly is affiliate marketing? We know that the internet is full of online stores where you can buy just about anything. The internet is also full of many blogs and websites, just like Sally's. Sometimes these blogs and websites produce content that's related to the products that the online stores sell. Because of that relation, these online stores, often called merchants, realized that these blogs and personal websites, called affiliates, would make a great place to advertise. To do this, merchants will offer incentive to advertise on an affiliate site. This incentive is often a percentage or a commission of any sales on the merchant's website from traffic sent over by an affiliate. Now Sally can write her blog about a new running shoe while advertising for a merchant who sells that same shoe. Visitors who click on that ad will be sent to the merchant's website, and any sale resulting from that advertisement will earn Sally a good commission. That makes Sally very happy. But how does Sally find merchants that want to advertise with her? This is where an affiliate marketing network comes in. An affiliate marketing network will find merchants who are looking to advertise with affiliates. These networks offer various tools like banner ads and text links to help affiliates advertise in many different ways. Better yet, joining an affiliate marketing network is free and gives anyone with a quality website the opportunity to monetize it. Now, Sally is turning her passion for running into a way to make money online. If you have a personal website or blog, consider affiliate marketing. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to earn money online. And that is Affiliate Marketing 101.
That's about the best explanation you could possibly get for it. Ads are related to your niche because you seek out those ads. You choose the ads, whatever format that you want to put onto your blog. And they give you many options. You do have to update the ads because a lot of times those ads that they make available to you have an expiration date. One day you'll go to your blog and all of a sudden that Camping World ad is no longer there. Well, it expired. So you have to replace it with something else. Again, the ads come in many different formats. The banner, the square, the skyscraper, text that you would hyperlink into a post. Those are ads as well that they make available to you. The earnings, how can you make money off of them? Similar to Google Ads, people click on it. Enough people click on it, you'll get some money out of it. Most of them, probably the far majority, is considered pay per action, and that is they actually have to click on the ad and then buy something. So you provided that lead. You're getting paid because you provided that lead.
Are you responsible for notifying your readers that you are receiving money from?
No, because I'll show you. The way these ads are set up, it's the reader knows if I click on there, I'm going off to campingworld.com. If it was like their barbecue grill sale or whatever it is, they're going to their barbecue grill page.
So you don't have to say that you're endorsing or.
Nope. he mentioned the affiliate marketing networks, and I'm gonna show you some here in a minute. Some of those, you don't just automatically register and get going, they actually have to approve you. And I think what happens is they probably go and look at your website, like Camping World. They had to go look at my blog and say, oh, okay, yeah, he's a fit, and then they let me get in. Google Ads used to have an affiliate, or Google used to have an affiliate marketing program. They no longer have it. They're trying to, instead, they want you to use Google Ads, Google AdSense. Amazon Associates, you're going to see a lot of blogs with Amazon on there. These other ones, Commission Junction, Linkshare, all of those, they manage these companies' affiliate marketing programs. That's all they're about. This tip here is probably what you might most want to take away from this. Identify a leading product or a business in your niche, and then research whether it offers an affiliate advertising program. That's what I did with Camping World. I just tried to find it until I could, found out that they are with Linkshare, applied and got accepted. And this is my Linkshare account. You can see I've made a whole lot of money. But again, I think I might only have one Camping World ad on my blog. If I were truly interested in doing this right, I would put more on and I would rotate them so it's not always the same Camping World logo ad that's been there for several years now. I wanted to take you this just to show you, let's see if I can even remember where to find all of their different ads. Camping World. Did you see, I'm sorry, 5% commission on all sales. If somebody were to buy anything, I get 5% of whatever that sale was. So if you are going to go to Camping World, don't go to my blog first, click on that. So now I'm in Camping World's portion of this Linkshare affiliate marketing website. They offer 7 different text or email type of ads. If I wanted an individual product, I can scroll through 9,670 of them and choose which one I want to put on there. Or banners and images. That's usually what I use. If I want only Honda generators, or if I only want logos, or if I want to do a promotion or general, I can filter it out that way, or I can just simply click. Over on the left, it gives me the size, the pixel size of it, 200 by 200. There's an example, there it is right there. The link type, it's a banner ad. The start date, October 11, 2010. End date, October 11, 2016. And if I like this, if I want to put this on my website, I would click the Get Link. That link would be an HTML code. When I go back to my blog, I'm going to get a widget, an HTML widget. I'm going to paste that code into that widget, and it's going to be on my website. It's going to be on my blog. Don't be intimidated, because it's really not that difficult.
And this is, you're in total control here now. Oh, he posted one, let's add some more.
I'm in total control. I dictate what ad it is, where it's placed on my blog, and I can remove it at any time. There's a very good skyscraper ad that I probably should have on my blog. Late summer sale. If I were to keep going, there's 113 of them just from this Camping World If I wanted a really big ad, there's one. I don't know, does that picture make you think of camping?
Colorado.
Not Great Lakes camping.
Don't I
There you
don't
go.
think so. Yeah.
I guess that'd be almost Great Lakes.
Yeah.
So there's affiliate marketing. Like I said, if you know of a good business or a good product that you would want to have an ad from them, here's a no cost, little maintenance way of doing it. Like I said, also, I wanted Camping World ads on my blog because I thought that would add some credibility to my blog. Another method of monetization, sponsored posts. Businesses pay you to post content about their business or product, typically either a guest post or a product review. I get probably 1 to 2 emails a week of people wanting to provide me with a guest post. In that time, I've had 0 that wanted to pay me for it. If it's a guest post that I think my readers might appreciate, then I'll say yes. 9 times out of 10, it's like I don't really care about how to get a nanny in England, so no, I don't want your post. Thank you. The sponsored post, the hyperlink text to use in your post, that's going to be one way. That way, what they're doing is it'll be in your words. You just have to use this text, and you have to hyperlink to this site with that text. The affiliate marketing, that's one of the things that you can do with them. They offer this hyperlink text. This businesses and marketers will approach you to post content submitted by them. Good ones will tailor their message to fit your niche. Most of my guest posts that I get are from people who have a new product that they want to introduce to my community. Most recent example is somebody in Indiana came up with this new fire. I think I told you this, right? The new fire grate for campfires. Sure, of course, that's something my people might be interested in. You may be also offered an opportunity to review products. I do get that quite a bit. For some reason, a lot of the mosquito repellent clothing manufacturers, even Cutter, the big ones, will ask me to review their product. And I was like, since I'm not getting paid for this blog, yeah, I'll take your free stuff. Go ahead, send it my way. But I do tell them ahead of time, I will only post positive reviews. So if I don't like your product, I'm not going to post about it. You probably would like that I don't post about it. That's usually fine with them. Don't be afraid to say no to marketing offers. Trust me, you are going to get them. You are going to get people that want you to run their guest posts that has absolutely nothing to do with what you're all about. Here's the other thing, and this is pretty key. Don't mislead your readers. If it is a guest post, I put at the very top in italics usually author's note, : this is a guest post from so-and-so. I hope you enjoy it. I let them know right away it's a guest post. If it's a sponsored post, I'll say the same thing. There's a certain trust that you got to maintain with your readers, and if you betray that trust, it's going to be awfully hard to get it back. Sell your own ads. You approach a business and convince them to buy advertising on your blog. Here's what's good about it. You determine the price, if they agree to that price. So you have to make a determination of what the value is to be put onto, for their ad to be put onto your blog. I don't have any recommendation whatsoever what that price might be. It's whatever you're comfortable with. More importantly, it's whatever they'll agree to pay. The downside is you actually have to make the ads, which can't be that, not necessarily isn't difficult. The hyperlink text, that's easily one option. The image ad is another option. all you gotta do is just use their logo. And if you, on my ad, I've got those ebooks from RV Education 101, and I've got his logo, and on the text underneath it, I say, RV Education 101 sells ebooks. If you have any, like dozens of them, if you have any topic that you want more information about, click on this logo, and you'll be taken to my static page where I list all of their ebooks with a picture of each ebook, with the text, and then if you click on the link, you will be taken to another website where you can make that purchase. That's an affiliate marketing program, but I set up an ad on my page to take people to that program. And I've sold 0. Hope I'm not being Debbie Downer on all of this stuff. And the other thing is a sponsored post. If you want to go to a company and stop, instead of selling an ad, you can say, hey, I'll sell you a post. You can write a guest post and I'll run it. I'm going to tell my readers that it's a guest post and it's sponsored, but you're welcome to do it. Okay, how we do? Okay. We have a hard 6 o'clock deadline today. Some advanced techniques. The second generation of blogging. If you haven't figured out by now, I'm comfortable with where I'm at with my blog. If I had time, I'd go into some more advanced stuff, but I don't have the time. And if you have the time and you have the willingness, more power to you. But here are some advanced techniques. Vary the format of your post by incorporating video that you shoot. Use the free apps such as Tout we talked about, and a widget player embedded on your blog. Remember we talked about that using the hashtag. You can get all the Tout videos embedded into your blog. To embed PDF documents, use Scribd, S-C-R-I-B apostrophe D, especially business blogs. You're going to probably want to use this quite a bit. Oh, so I don't have 5 chins.
Yeah, that's good.
Conduct that live chat and or a podcast. Post a permanent link to it on your blog. Again, if you do that resource guide, that evergreen static resource guide that people are going to want to link to and share, then you want a permanent link to it. You want to make that upfront, prominent center so that people can get to it right away. Provide that value to them and they'll be back for more. Use pagination. This is another way of increasing page views. Do you ever get to the end of a story on the internet and it's, page 1, then page 2, page 3, page 4? That's pagination. And really all that's doing is generating more clicks. It's just as easy to read the whole thing all at once, but if they can get you to click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, they just went from 1 click to 5, or 1 page view to 5. Okay? Remember we were talking about a line break? When we were doing the post, and there's a line break option. If you wanted to go to page 2, that's where you would make your line break. Like a cliffhanger, to get them to want to go to page 2, you put the line break right at something where I need to click because I got to find out what the next sentence says. Optimize your blog for mobile users. This is something that I'm definitely interested in because mobile use is where everything is going. I'm not going to lug this around, but I am going to lug this around. And now it's even on the wristwatch. You guys see that commercial?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Dick Tracy.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
In your Blogger settings, they do have some mobile settings that you can work with. I've done what I can think of to make my site mobile friendly. I'm sure there's more to it than that though, a lot more to it.
WordPress has come out recently with some mobile-friendly themes. I think the big deal is one column.
You bet, absolutely.
Yeah,
And that's what I did with my blog actually through Blogger, was I made it a single column. It strips out a lot of the right hand, the bar on the right, all that stuff, it strips it out.
and you can buy WordPress themes that change based on the device.
Really?
My theme is set up, I forget what they call it, there's a term for that. But basically, if you look at my site on a phone, it's optimized for phone or tablet. But WordPress has a name for that, I forgot what it's called, but basically, when you look at the themes, look for one that shows all the different device images on the top.
Sure.
And that one, those themes basically will change their look with each
It's a great
device.
idea.
I think that's essential to go that route.
So you said the Blogger does have that or doesn't?
It does have,
It
it does
does?
have that, yes.
Because you've done it with yours already, you said?
Yeah, let me show you.
Oh.
Won't take too long to show you. Right here.
Oh, okay.
These options that I'm showing you are based on the theme that I have for my blog. Okay, if I already changed my theme, then I would have different options for the mobile site, or the mobile version, I should say. But you see what they're doing? They're stacking everything on top of each other. They've got the date, the picture title, or I mean the post title. Here's the picture of whatever picture I might have, and then it goes into my text. Hello. So let's get out of that. Back to that. And then this last thing here is in terms of use. Terms of use is another word for CYA. I created my own terms of use, and basically what I did was I went to our newspaper's website, saw what they had, and used a lot of that, but also added some of my own stuff. Feel free to go to my website and just copy and paste this and make it your own if you want. But don't call me to testify if you ever get sued. I'll let you. Do you want me to read it? Or can you read it? I'll read it. All content and services displayed on, transmitted through, or used in connection with Great Lakes Camper, including but not limited to articles, reviews, directories, guides, text, photographs, images, illustrations, audio clips, video, HTML, source and object code, trademarks, logos, and the like, as well as its selection and arrangement, together the content, is owned by Great Lakes Camper and any affiliated companies, and this is where I added, or the third party credited as the owner of the content. You may use the content online only and solely for your personal, non-commercial use. If you operate a website and wish to link to any of the Great Lakes Camper posts, you may do so provided you agree to attribute credit to Great Lakes Camper as its source. So, you know, I'm saying, yeah, go ahead and link to me. Just tell people that it's me you're linking to. No other use is permitted without prior written permission of Great Lakes Camper. I have gotten people who have written me and asked to run some of my posts elsewhere, such as magazines. They will ask me if they can run my post on my Cedar Point camping trip. And I said, sure. And they said, oh yeah, it'll be $25 too. I'm like, even better. Send it.
Good.
Although, and this is I guess always the CYA part, although Great Lakes Camper makes every attempt to verify all content, no such claims are implied or should be inferred. All content and or services are provided for entertainment, recreational and or informational purposes only, are provided as is, and are without warranties or representations of any kind, either expressed or implied. You specifically acknowledge and agree that Great Lakes Camper is not liable for any defamatory, offensive, or illegal conduct of any user. Comments are subject to moderation and may be eliminated if deemed inappropriate at the sole discretion of me. Those last two sentences are really key for websites like newspapers where there's a lot of negative commenters. Because we can and do refuse and delete comments based on what these people have to say. This disclaimer does not allow them to come back and say that we're censoring their freedom of speech. No, we're telling you that you are subject to our censorship. Okay?
And that's okay as long as you tell them.
It's more defensible in court.
Okay.
That's what our attorney said. It's more defensible in court.
We told you we would.
You got it.
Hootsuite.
Some more advanced techniques. Use Hootsuite. If you can't tell by now, I'm really pushing Hootsuite because I found it to be a real help for me. But these other two, honest to goodness, these are if you leave here with nothing else, these last two things. Master the fundamentals. Write well-written, exclusive content that your audience will not only enjoy, but inspire them to share and link. I really can't emphasize that enough. It's kind of like when you're asking somebody for directions, and then they start talking, and then like 2 seconds in, you're like, there's no way I'm going to even possibly use this guy's directions. I wish he would just shut up so I could go away.
Yep.
A bad blog is like that. You can't leave fast enough.
If you ask for directions in Denver, nobody knows where to go, where you want to go there. Or something like this spaghetti factory. You had that experience.
And this last one, explore, try, and share. This is really just poke around and see what you like from other blogs. What do they do that you would like to do? Just as importantly, what do they do that you would never do? If you find something that they like, or that you like, ask them how they did it. That's part of that engagement process. Doesn't even have to be somebody in your community. Do some Google searches, best blog designs. Then go see those people's blogs. Tell us about it. If you find something cool, let us know. Michelle has all kinds of nice groups, Facebook groups and whatnot, that she uses to interact with our bloggers so that everybody is sharing best practices. Widgets. Here's something that'll really confuse you. Gadgets are widgets that only work on Blogger, but widgets also will work on Blogger. When you're designing your blog, and if you use Blogger, Blogger gives you a list of their gadgets. These ones here, at least these, all but the bottom one, you will find through Blogger. The pages, which is what I did. I use my pages for About Me and a Contact Me and all of those other things. A search box. An HTML/JavaScript gadget. Those are the gadgets that you're going to use when you want to use those affiliate advertisements. Remember when we're on link share and you get the code? That code, you copy it. Then you go into your Blogger and you've got this HTML gadget already open. You're going to paste it into the proper box that they have for you there. And then you're good to go. Same thing with third-party widgets. I've got a couple of examples of where those third-party widgets can be found. Those third-party widgets are going to give you an HTML code. You're going to copy that code into this HTML gadget. Some other gadgets. The archive gadget. 10 most recent posts. And you can specify, I want 20 words the first 20 words of each of those 10 most recent posts to also appear in that list. The blog list or a link list. On mine, I use this gadget on my right-hand bar for RV links. People, if they use that and they click on that link and go somewhere, I get more Google juice. I'm sorry for using that term. Popular posts, kind of similar to the archive, but instead of the 10 most recent posts, popular posts are the 10 most popular posts. So if you've got a post, if you've got something that every HR company should know, and that post is the definitive guide to it, that's going to be your most popular post most likely. And if you've got that displayed, this is where it is, this is what you need to click to get to it, you're just going to keep building on that. My most popular post, like I said, was something on what's the indoor water park up north? Yeah, Great Wolf. I wrote something on that 3 years ago, and it's got like 9,000 hits for something just stupid. I mean, I didn't even do anything with it. That was back before I was even on Twitter, I think. It just keeps going. It's cool. That and a cup of coffee. And then you got a cup of coffee. The floating vertical bar with share buttons. This one is Google or Blogger does not have this as a gadget yet. You have to get this from a third party, but it's pretty cool. It's as you're scrolling, this bar stays there. So you can just keep scrolling, and this bar is going to stay there the whole time. And it's got all the social media sharing buttons. I think I've got a picture of it coming up. No, not yet. Email subscription, you definitely want to have people and encourage them to subscribe to your blog. Facebook likes, pop-up box, and a Twitter follower pop-up box. Make it easy for them to continue to get your post information. Widgetbox.com. I use that one quite a bit. They 90% of it's garbage, goldfish swimming around. But that's where I got my my YouTube channel widget.
These widgets, do they have to be applied to each post, or is it to your
blog.
frame, your platform, when you're creating that platform?
When you have your template up on your screen, maybe I should show you because it's easier that way for you to understand. I'm sorry, my layout, not template. There's my header, my Great Lakes Camper header. All of my blog posts go here. And then you see add a gadget, add a gadget. If I go all the way down, more add a gadget spots. And I can move gadgets just by simply doing this. Most of these here on the side are just, those are all of my pictures, that you know, the national parks and whatnot that I've got. I'm trying to find that Camping World one. There it is. That's the, this is the HTML JavaScript gadget. I put this title in there, Camping World, and that's the code that I got from that link share website where the Camping World ads are located. Then over here, of course, the blog posts.
So that's when you set it up, that's all your blogs will have those widgets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Every single one.
thank you. Is that true for the WordPress, do you know?
Probably.
virtually identical.
Yeah, there's companies that sell widgets too from WordPress.
That's true, yep. Most of the widgets will be free, at least the ones I'm gonna use. But
Yeah.
you can buy some.
Mine are free.
Sometimes you have to find the plugin and download it into your software for WordPress, and then it's available as a widget to load almost the same way.
Okay.
The box looks virtually the same. You get a title and where you put the code.
Here's the final word on this. Provide good content, engage your community, and explore what's new and what works. That would be your takeaway.
If you're applying for a job at Sterling Cooper Draper Price on Mad Men, and you had a lot of ads, but you never made any money, how do you convince Don Draper to hire you?
I don't know how. Oh, here's another cartoon I found. It was kind of funny.
Sure.
Reddit, Tumblr, Skype. We didn't even talk about those, but those are all part of the social media. Foursquare. I don't even know what this Imgur. Has anyone ever heard of that?
Nope.
Next week it'll be something else. Here's some resources for you. Social Media Examiner and Social Media Today. I found those two sites to be of the most help for a lot of what I want to explore. Try and what if I want, how do I optimize my blog for mobile use? These are the two places that I probably will find an answer, because what they do is they go and find what bloggers are already doing it. So they're assembling the best practices for you. The next three, to a lesser extent, do the same thing. And when in doubt, Google. How do I, whatever, Google it, you'll get something. And then the last thing, and if you don't mind, Michelle, I'll let you talk about all that you have to offer to help.
Okay, sure.
The community media then.
So if you don't know much about the Community Media Lab, it's a free resource, and you're invited to come in, and I'll help you set up a blog. I'll teach you anything to do with promoting that blog, so social media. We can set up Twitter accounts, Facebook account, a tout account. I can teach you how to do podcasting. Just add all the bells and whistles to your blog. And then we also offer these free workshops, and I'm open to ideas. And I've had businesses come in and I help them set up a YouTube channel to share their product demonstration video. I've had members of the Chamber of Commerce come in. I've set up social media channels for them. And then just individuals interested in contributing community content to Heritage Media. They've come in, I've edited their articles and helped them with photo slideshows and that kind of thing. So any help that you need with digital media or social media, that's what I'm here to do. And you can just contact me and set up an appointment, and I'm available here in this space.
I have one last slide. Can you read what those say?
Oh, I saw that somewhere. Did you share that on Facebook, or maybe someone else did? I saw that recently, yeah.
Wasn't there a country song a few years ago called Online? Or like the narrator saying he's so much cooler online. Or like he can pretend like he's a 6'5" bodybuilder and knows karate, drives a fast car or something like that.
So that's it.
Great.
4 minutes to go.
Good job. Thank you.
Questions?
Okay, and anyone who wants to say, I have a workshop following this on Rebel Mouse and New Hive. It's going to be hands-on, so I'll be showing you how to use those two emerging social media tools.